Hello and welcome once again, my friend. And there's a werewolf's divergence and glitches to another episode of the Daily Candle Close News. Sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever it is you may be in the Matrix and galaxy.
What the hell is that? That's the chief.
I hope you've all had a blessed weekend, and happy Thanksgiving. It's been a pretty good Black Friday. Happy Saturn Day. And heading into Cyber Monday, I've been doing pretty well myself. I can't complain. And heading into Cyber Monday, I've been got a few people that may join us tonight.
My goodness, wait till you see Lady Cool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too.
I'm double
I
checking.
don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
Let's go live in the Discord.
Are those gold-plated 50 caliber Desert Eagle pistoleros? Of course.
What is playing?
Can I have her? Over my dead.
Oh, sorry about the YouTube ad, you guys. Doing pretty well myself. I can't complain. And heading into Cyber Monday, got a few people that may join us tonight. There is a YouTube of me somewhere. Here. No, here. Use this. There we go. We got Texas Broski in the house saying, yo, what is up? What is up, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Let us know how you are, how your Thanksgiving was. Get that up there. Wow, loving the picture, Texas Broski. Let us know how you're doing though. Are you thankful for Thanksgiving? Let's talk about the Thanksgiving, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. We're going to be breaking this chart you see on the screen down. Going all over it. I hope your bag is up. My bags stay up. Yeah, most definitely. Any bag you own should be up right now. Not my opinion, it's just apparently what's happening. But yeah, the chart that I want to discuss tonight is one that I've taught for the last few years. If you watch some of my work, if you go back several years, you hear me talk about this Thanksgiving, how we're thankful for the thanks that we're given. Okay, but anyways, the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale or opportunity that we take advantage of in November here at the Daily Candle Close News. I've mapped out roughly 12, 13 years of this. So not going back the whole 16 years of data, but it gets, anything beyond before 2013 really starts to get really hard to chart out when you start seeing liquidity wicks and leverage flushes and things like this down here. But anyways, going back 13 years, I came to this roughly on average this year of a 14% pump and a 9% dump. And if we look real close to where we're at right now, we can see since Fibonacci Day and the 23rd of the month this year when I did my poem and I wrote it for you all and I titled it Crypto Spirals on Fibonacci Day. Okay, so a post I got for you all is that one, the crypto spirals on Fibonacci Day. Kind of showing you the spiral effect that we would have to the downside. Not financial advice, but I was looking for that 88, 89K to be retested since breaking out of it. We felt a 90K, so 8.7 or so percent to the downside in this kind of V-shaped recovery. Another thing you might hear me say over the last few years is this kind of Thanksgiving V-shaped recovery that we might see or tend to see, like history shows us, even if that's just to a new high before rolling over again, say mid-December or so, first week. We'll have to see. Okay, but what I've come to the average of is a 14% pump after a 8 or so percent dump on average, collecting 13 years of data, and then dividing by 12, 13. So we're still looking at a little bit more to the upside at roughly that $103,000 mark that you've seen me share with you all in things like my post in the dragon year, in the year of the dragon, how we are looking for 103,000. Last Friday to the 22nd, Dragon 22. It was the first day we ever saw a break into 100K and, well, not close above it. So we're still looking for that first daily close above 103, and I think we're going to gravitate towards that 103K Dragon 103 in the Dragon year. So something that I still think we're waiting to see is the rest of the 14% move to 103K post Thanksgiving and the V-shaped recovery that we see almost every year, every cycle. Some sort of push down before another extension up. So it's not necessarily in the shape of a V. For instance, last year, if we go back to the 100, I'm sorry, not 100, but the 11/7 date when we were, watching the release of Dumb Money together in the Discord, and we were sharing it as the short squeeze for Bitcoin into my targets of 64K, okay, that were finally hit in March. All right, so we talked about that. But this sort of push down and this new high almost. Well, we didn't get a new high until over here. But this kind of V-shaped recovery in this squeeze type of moment, this short squeeze after the release of Dumb Money, the GME short squeeze movie. Okay, it wasn't surprising. Again, that date of the movie release was 117. I'm sure it released maybe somewhere else in the world, but where it released for me in my part of the world was on November 7th. It's how we used the Bitcoin code to decode what was happening here, the 117. So it wasn't surprising neither that when Bitcoin finally did hit into $100,000 on the CME chart, it was, where's that CME chart? It was $117,000, 100,017, I believe. There it is. Last Friday, the 22nd, the same day we were using an RD code, breaking into 103 possibly, our projection, but the high was 170, 100,170. So the 117 code, that kind of slipped by me. I thought the first day was yesterday where we could have possibly had the first close above 100,000. Didn't happen. So we're still looking and hunting for that first daily close here at the Daily Candle Close News above $100,000. Still hanging out above this $64,000, $74,000 high to $47,000 low. So 74, 47 as above, so below. Anyways, all right. of the 1618. So kind of a good range to hang out of. I don't want to see us lose that at 95k, 95,900. Um, so far where we've kind of had our low at on the daily as of now. So we will see if we close the daily below that, the 1618, and head back towards closing the CME gap, or heading back towards the 2.618 fib channel that has been support since the the October 10th bounce from the September 6th trend reversal, September 10th, around that time period. So very important, but I'm still looking for that touch of the 2.618 fib circle at 103k before we possibly reach into that Sagittarius 144,000 chosen that it speaks about in the Bible. But it wouldn't be ironic to see that in December, as we are in Sagittarius up until the 23rd of December, and Sagittarius gives us that 144 in numerology gematria. And then we also have the word ascension, and this could be Bitcoin's ascension into that golden level. Okay, so very important. All right. Let me check the chat. Let me check the studio. We have nobody in the background yet. What we got here? Doing great. Nothing better than driving and trading. Well, stay safe. Stay safe. But yeah, of course. I mean, it's, I guess, the perfect time to be driving and trading this year. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the times in the year, March was pretty great. We knew to expect that cherry blossom season, everything we teach in our thesis for the last several years, but it was always fourth quarter. Y'all heard me, January, beginning of the year, fourth quarter, first quarter next year, 2025. I'm looking for altcoin seasons, things like that. And well, sure enough, here we are. A few charts that I did have that I wanted to look at today, besides this one, was just looking at simply some dominance charts and things like that, like the USDT dominance chart. Got it. All right. Got my EMAs pulled up. But some things that we've brought up in class this year, I know it's been a while. We've had 2 classes a week going on, 52 weeks now almost. So, capping off our first year here at the DailyCandleCloseNews.com with our trading course and group with some major success, some things that we haven't seen
If you want gift
anyone
reactions
else
like these,
call and do
shop
here,
items that will make
in
everyone on
the
your list
crypto
feel heard.
sphere.
For original
So sorry about the
that say,
ads, you
"I get
guys.
you," Etsy has it.
I'm just trying to have some cafe music ambience in the background, give it that cool, calm, relaxed feeling. But anyways, hopefully that's what we're staying right now, and all this euphoria and what's to come, and anything that happens in between, with that sophisticated mindset. A path that I've got drawn out for this is, I don't expect this bear flag, this bear pennant. It's a bear flag, whatever you want to call it. Something we were mapping out over the last several months since April, on the market cap USDT dominance chart. So this is USDT dominance. So if you look at 2021 February, that's when we were heading into some good times in the market that year, into 2000 and the beginning of 2022, the end of 2021 November, as a matter of fact, of that year, we hit the 69k Bitcoin top. So July was, something not so great for Bitcoin at the time, but when we rolled over into November, October, you could see that, well, Bitcoin was back at a $69,000 high. This had went from 5% to back down to roughly 2.5% dominance. Okay, so this is again the tether dominance. All right, I expect this to eventually possibly make a move in this path on into a new all-time high, like it's been since inception of the dominance chart. Okay, it's kind of like, to me, the debt ceiling. okay, and how they kicked the debt ceiling can down the road for the last 30 plus years every time they hit the debt ceiling, right? Um, and I don't expect it to go lower. And I only say that because, well, history shows with this chart that, well, we never return to previous highs after breaking them. Okay, so these dips down low, kind of like similar to where we are in this kind of like double bottom, long term daily, more importantly, long term weekly view, right? Especially with the RSI almost resetting again on the weekly. I expect this kind of like double bottom, maybe a push into a lower low. I don't expect a full measured move of 2.32% to play out. Okay. I just don't expect to return to previous highs. I mean, to be where we are right now, it's kind of lucky. So this is kind of like my support. So previous highs to me would be roughly 2.51%. Okay, we may do it. Who knows? But I don't expect it to happen. So I do have this accumulation range for, like, I guess if you're buying Tether. Anyways, what I'm getting at is I don't expect it to happen, and I expect a new high for the Tether dominance to come in soon out of this possible double bottom W pattern right here that could be forming before we see a breakout and trend reversal, just like the Bitcoin chart, some altcoin charts, a test of the neckline, and then a continuation. Okay? So this is important when we're looking at the rest of our charts to understand the flow of liquidity, etc. But it's something that I just wanted to bring up tonight, retouch on everything. I mean, we're kind of holding support of these candle closes right here on the weekly. I just think we could be forming some kind of bottom right here. Again, double bottom W pattern, something like that. Retesting previous trading ranges before we see the push up into 10% double digit tethered dominance for the first time in history. So we will see. Ethereum BTC. This is my projection. Okay. So I know everybody's talking about Ethereum being a lagger right now and sold the Solana killers and all that, this, that, and the third. But I do expect it to eventually have its day in the sun. This has been one of the worst performing charts, in my opinion, all year when we've talked about it, is I really have been waiting to see it make its move. But I knew it wasn't going to do it until after probably more of a prolonged period. Okay, we have more altcoins in the space now, roughly 2.4 million cryptos in the 2024 year. Imagine that, right? I mean, up from just a few thousand in 2020. So the journey we've been on. But I expect us to start flipping the trend very soon and possibly holding this support of 0.036 and maybe reclaiming this 1618 that seems to be resistance going back in time. When we do break it and hold it, I expect us to reclaim the 15 cent Ethereum BTC chart range and then work our way up towards that 4.236 in the future of roughly upwards of $6-7. So I know when we're talking about Ethereum price right now, and it being at what, upwards of $4,000, if I had to guess, 3,500 last time I saw it. Let's take a look at it. I mean, that could say a lot for the price. It could head up towards that roughly, $7,000 to $14,000 range that we're eyeing for, Ethereum this cycle. Where'd it go? Hey, somebody let me know in the chat if this music in the background is too loud, by the way. I forgot to ask that earlier. Just using it to relax myself. 3,700, so up $200 from when I last looked at it. But yeah, I mean, things like that could be showing Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin. Obviously, there's a lot more liquidity coming into Ethereum. It's that liquidity flow, right? That we tend to see every season, every bull run, every rally, whatever you want to call it. All right. to me, it's just another cycle. It's all about cycles. But yeah, just looking to break that for $4,100, $4,200 mark, and then I think we could start reaching towards that 7K range that I have. So if we go from this most recent swing high for Ethereum to this most recent swing low back in July of 2022, I'm looking at this on a long-term macro view. It's the weekly chart, right? I'm eyeing that break into the new all-time high, 5 to 7 grand. Who knows where it comes in? Could be 6,660. I don't know, 666, right? Anyways, but I'm eyeing this, targeting this $14,000 mark for the 1618, the golden ratio of phi, coming from the golden pocket, finally claiming this as support. Even if we do find ourselves back retesting it again, that's fine. I don't think we will, but only time will tell, right? So just my thoughts on Ethereum BTC and what we could be seeing for the Ethereum price chart when we see this chart break into that new all-time high. Bitcoin is getting outperformed by Ethereum and a lot of the altcoins, and what we're seeing is at this point in time, if I'm my main chart, the Bitcoin dominance following everything that we projected it to do over the last several months that we talked about, was hitting this range of that 59% in the dragon year, dragon 59. We talked about this, right? And again, speaking of that, it's 59 days tomorrow to the end of the dragon year. In the dragon year, pay attention. So tomorrow is going to be a pretty explosive day for me. December, Deci, the 10th month, the 12th month, I know, but it's really Deci 10 anyway. But that's going to be a day I'm watching, 59 days from the end of the dragon year. But the fact that we're now below 59% again, retesting this long-term parallel channel that, hey, we've treated as support above, bullish for Bitcoin, things like that. But the moment we start losing that 322 EMA, 56%, I think we're going to start cascading towards that 47% range that I got for, no, I'm not saying the peak of altcoin season, but I mean, by this range, I expect most of the market to be in new all-time highs. Okay, that's been my projection, not prediction, big difference in words there, right? The entire year. Only time will tell if it's going to continue to follow this thesis that we've been sharing here. So these charts that I'm sharing, if you understand the flow of the market and what's going on, I think it can really help you understand why exactly it is we're seeing what we're seeing. I mean, well, for one, it's just time, right? Especially for this one, 7 years. Dang. It's got to be on my new one. No, this main. Let's go back to that. We'll talk about this chart in a moment. Still eyeing that 103K. So same thing. We knew once we got past this 382, it was going to be explosive. It's where we got rejected from in March when we called 71 to 73K as our high. Gave you a blog 2 weeks in advance for the 74K that we hit on Poloniex, I think was the chart. I don't quite remember. That could have been where we hit 47. I'm not sure. But either way, it's just one chart that we hit 74K on. In my blog, it was all tied to Lucifer 74, the energy that we were getting around Pi Day, etc. So it was a pretty interesting read and decode. But yeah, so I'm still eyeing that one last target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cha-ching, check off the radar. So I'm still looking for that extension, that next continuation in a bull cycle, bull run. All we're looking for is continuation of higher highs. So that's what I'm looking for now, is that next range up into that 236, that red hot zone, upwards of that 113 to 100 and, we're gonna say $15,000 to $17,000 range right now, depending on when it hits it, what time of the year it hits it, right? When we look at these fib channels, fib circles, we're trading time, so upwards of December 11th is what I'm targeting right now for that possible 115 to 117K Bitcoin. All right, I'm gonna go back to the chat, make sure I'm not leaving you guys too far behind. Jacob B83 says, "Sup, brother?" Lisa Cleveland in the house says, "Love you all. Much gratitude." Thank you, Lisa. Sounds good. What sounds good? Hopefully all of it. The music. Screen is dim since the comment popped up. My bad. I'll hide them. Oh, awakened soul. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm a senorita. I'm gonna call you senorita. I know it's senora, but just trying to give you your flowers. Thank you for joining us, you guys. Just trying to have class tonight. Modern Sword wasn't able to make it. He works on Saturdays, the one day that he works, you guys. So we would be having our private Zoom that we typically have twice a week, you guys. But it's the live party for the world to see, kind of like an open house on what we do, what we talk about, everything we go over. It's really sometimes just a glorified hangout and a bunch of Q&A, ask me anythings, type of deals. Sometimes we decode, who knows. But hopefully you've had a good Black Friday, you guys, and y'all have enjoyed that scam of spending a ton of money on marked up, not marked down. Get this, marked up items. I don't know if y'all ever noticed this. If y'all have ever done any online shopping, or if y'all have ever just bought something in the store at a certain price, and then you went somewhere on Black Friday and you've noticed that it's kind of actually marked up, but people are in there in a frenzy buying it. It's like these things never seem to amaze me and baffle me. But hopefully you've had a good Thanksgiving. All your tummies are full. But that's the most important thing. DJ Mr. Good News in the house. Let's go. Can I get a hello tuning in from Rocky Top? Let's go, Tennessee, baby, the Tennessee Valley, which is where I'm from, North Alabama, right on the Tennessee line, Huntsville, Madison County. So, home of NASA Space and Rocket Center. But yeah, anyways, Tennessee Valley, love it, love it. Thank you, DJ Mr. Good News. Glad to have it. But yeah, hopefully y'all weren't falling for the Black Friday scams and the Cyber Monday ones. Maybe you got the TradingView premium account and saved $500 for the next year. I had 6 months left on mine, you guys, and that's the only thing I bought was the TradingView premium account with a $500 discount, $502 discount, because every penny counts. Remember that. All right. And I only spent $216, so I now have TradingView for the next almost 2 years. 1 year, 6 months. Yeah, so a year and a half. So I mean, I think that was the best deal I could do. I used it, I trade, got a premium account, you know what I'm saying? So I figured that is the best thing I could do. Other than just watch things like XRP go absolutely berserk. Where's that at? Oh, bananas. BANANAS. Where's Gwen Stefani when you need her? I'll behave. But yeah, this thing's just going absolutely bananas. And my next range is upwards of that $8. And it's that 2.618 long-term fib pool now. We're going back multiple years, back from 2013 high to low. It's really high to wick low over here. I should really actually go to the candle close low though, right there. But anyways, upwards of that, roughly $9.26. Let's front run that. Be sophisticated. Be smart. So $7.80, 90 cents. The golden element is the 79th element. Gold right? So I'm gonna try and stay golden with my trade. I mean, it'd be a 1,440% increase, so I'm not really tripping. Plus, that's just from our recent lows of 54 cents that we called for the last year, basically. It's been 12 months, you guys. People for a year now have been telling y'all it's time for XRP, right? At every pump. And we know that. But let's remember where we were at just a year ago, right? Back over here in December 2024, when we was like 54 cents, right after the most recent high of 74, was like we're gonna see 54 again, and we called the 38-cent lows. Like we've been through it all, you guys. We walked through hell and purgatory together. And nobody can ever take back the history we made together. Okay, so like now that it's time, like I love seeing people come out of the woodworks on this asset that we've been invested in for upwards of 5-6 years now. We've seen it all, and like the ones calling for the isolated rallies and then the flip the switch on that to the it's not doing nothing until Bitcoin hits all time highs. Like it's been an amazing journey this whole time, just knowing cool, calm turtle wins the race. Like don't be the rabbit, don't be the hare here. Okay, we're in the dragon year anyways. The rabbit year was last year. Sometimes we just got to slow down. We just got to be patient and see what happens. I know y'all are saying be patient, John. It's been 7 years since the new all-time high. I know, but it's coming. Like it's gonna be here sooner than you think. I remember thumbnails 11 months ago falling for that on XRP by these people with like 100,000 followers and stuff, and it never seems to amaze me. It's just clickbait. Remember that. Nothing about clickbait here. Okay, we ain't gonna do that. All right, and now we're not gonna brag that we're still up. But anyways, so if you got XRP like we did back here at 13, 17 cents, we'll use 15 cents as an example. You're now up. It's 2020 C19. 1,123%. So you're not really upset if you de-risk at 5,000% at $7.90 if we get up there. It's kind of one of my next targets. If we copy this move, just plagiarize this from back in 2017 to 2018, the high of January. Let's pay attention to possibly a January to March high of this next year. Maybe as late as September, a year from now. We will see. We will see. But we are kind of like in the last year of a bull run, right? Let's remember that. I'll bring that up in a second. But that 790 is probably not a bad place to de-risk if you're someone like me that bought 13 to 17 cent XRP and you've already changed your life. This is kind of like retirement money for me now. Like that's why I think XRP can retire me. 5,000% from my initial investment. Start de-risking. I'm probably gonna front run it a few dollars after all-time high, 4 or 5, maybe. Start taking that first initial 10% out of the large sum that I put in C19, right? We'll see what happens then. But this thing's been going bananas lately. How y'all like it? 38 to 55 cents for you. That's your average buy-in. I mean, that's not bad, dude. You just caught the most recent lows that we were giving you at the 1618 back in June, July, when we were calling for the June, July lows that we typically see in history. Sometimes it leads to an August, September flush, we know, before a trend reversal. But the volatility comes in June and July for the majority of the market, and that's what we saw for XRP in this case. So it's not bad. So I mean, just think about it. We're talking about 1,400%, maybe more. Upwards of 9,000% is what history shows we could do. I think diminishing returns, things like that, could possibly factor into here. I know people are screaming 589 overnight and 10K, but I'm trying to be realistic and go off the fundamentals and, actual technical analysis. I'm not trying to be some hopium fanboy. All right, I already know I can change my life. Now I want to execute on an exit. Okay, I can't hold XRP forever and do anything, or else I'm going to be waiting on the next cycle top in fucking 14 years. All right, it's been 7 since the last. So you see what I'm saying? If we're talking about 1,000, upwards of 4 to 9,000% gains for this asset by the end of the cycle here, like 55 cents ain't bad, my guy. You know, I can't argue with it. Target was the worst last year. Yeah, I don't understand that, Texas Belsky. Target was the worst last year. I'm not sure what your target was last year. But when I said that a second ago about possibly being in like the last year of a cycle, bull run, let's just look back at where we are. I got way ahead of myself. Yeah, this one chart put up. There it is. All right, so this cycle ended bull market high in 2017. 2018 was the bear market low. Automatic rally into 2019. So, I mean, it's a spring, bro, but it's not always necessarily a lower low. It's known as a return to low, a double bottom, a higher low, which is the return to low, and a spring. Okay, so I mean, it's the same theory here before continuation into phase E and Wyckoff theory and new all-time highs. So I mean, that took the first year starting here, which is ending the fourth year, correct? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Okay, a 4-year cycle basically is what you sometimes hear it deemed as. Doesn't always follow, right? It's just cycles. Okay, so cycle 1, a year later, 2, 3. I mean, I think we're in the final stages of that parabolic rally before we see that long, drawn out, sideways and down continuation, forming a bottom, and then more higher highs after that. Okay, so we got to remember how fast this can end. All right, and that's something I said for 8 months while everybody was wanting more highs, new all-time highs, while everybody was wanting lower than the 47K we were able to give you on the Poloniex chart. That's only the Poloniex chart. Not every chart hit that. But either way, the lows that we were able to give you, I was trying to prepare people for accumulation, buy, be fearful when others are greedy, etc. Fourth quarter. But for how fast this next part of the cycle could play out. And since the elections, you guys, we're already 26 days in on this pump. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be careful. Let's be honest. They're not going to continue to send this thing straight up. Okay. So if we look at previous cycles from the elections, let's go to our election year leap year chart. And talk about this. So from the elections, from the halving, from the November elections, leap year election year 2020. 3rd. So, I mean, look at Thanksgiving. We talked about that then back in 2020, 2021. That's the V-shaped recovery you might hear me talk about in previous videos in the past few years. Similar to what we've already broken down on that one chart today, this one. All right. See, that November time period from Fibonacci day, spiral day, where we spiral down before that 8% pump. We lost 16% before that 8% pump into a higher high before continuation. Very important. Everything we were breaking down earlier. 2020 election, November 3rd. First week in November. How many days did this last? That's what we're trying to find out. That's the institutional high, 162 days. You know, we're gonna be very lucky. That was 2020, 2016 elections, November. This one was at the start of the cycle. So this one lasted a lot longer. $400 days. I don't quite see that one happening. I'm more targeting this right here, that 86 to around that 128-day time period. The elections were 128, 129, depending on if you add the end day or not, days before the upcoming blood moon eclipse in 2025, something I know some of you may have heard me bring up with previous podcasters, YouTube analysts this year. Something that's probably going to become popular between now and then if it hasn't already. So, yeah. Black Friday. Oh, Target, the store. I thought you were talking about like a price target, bro. Yeah, I don't go shopping, bro. I barely spend my money at all. I act broke most of the time anyways. I still work a job with just over broke and ain't had to since 2020. So, like, yeah, I'm trying to build generational wealth. Believe me, I don't go to those places. My son does love it, though. He loves that store. Yeah. What do I think about Doge? I mean, last time I talked about it, I'll stop a little jabbering I've been doing. I've just been kind of going over my thesis, sharing things with you guys tonight. But let me go to my main chart. That's a sexy one. That's another sexy one. I just wish it would have. Played out, man, on the 22nd, last Friday, for that 103K. It would have been perfect. That's not my main chart. It's not my main chart. There it is. I gotta find Doge now. I had targets upwards of $4. I know that sounds crazy, right? But Doge, it's something that never seems to lag. It seems to always get this nice pump. I expect this type of energy to play out one more time. So, I mean, my range is this new 1.618 that I have from this most recent, all the way back in 2021 swing high to this most recent swing low of the 1618 of $4.12. There is a previous cycle swing high to swing low 2.618 hanging out right there at that $1.73, $1.74 range. It's probably not another bad idea to start de-risking at. It's again another fib level up just on the previous cycle before. So I mean, those are two ranges to the upside that I'm targeting to start de-risking. I guess if you want to call this a bull pennant, a flag, triangle, symmetrical one, who knows, what it basically is to me is a descending triangle with a descending resistance, basically a flat line of support. And so that's pretty bullish to me. Obviously, that's what 68% of the time happens is we get this breakout. That's evident. We're at 43 cents now. So those of us that bought 7 to 9 cents down here this year, back between February and now recently, well then you're looking pretty good. So I mean, I think we're about to break this now that we're at the 786. I think we're about to see that next extension up. God candle, maybe some call it, whatever. I just think we're about to see continuation, a break of previous all-time high, that 72 cents
bill,
ish,
ladies.
whatever we
No,
got.
you don't. Yes, I did.
It was
People with a
59
Wells
cents
Fargo Active
on
Cash credit card prefer to pay because
the
they earn
Binance
unlimited
chart.
2% cash back on
So
purchases.
not
Visit
surprising to be getting ready to break that.
wellsfargo.com/activecash.
Sorry,
Terms apply.
this these
Yes, gift your
ads
gamer with great tech at unexpectedly great prices on
are killing me.
Lenovo.com. Go beyond performance and game
I don't
without
recall them
compromise
ever
with Intel
being
Core i9
so many
processors.
ads in my previous live streams. I might have to find another thing to listen to. It's over 10 hours though. There's not supposed to be no ads. Anyway, um 59 cents. I thought we hit a high of 72 cents. Maybe on some charts. I don't know. I have to look. Um I could have just been mistaken. Um but yeah, I think we're about to break previous all-time high for Doge. I think it's a winner, obviously. Um Not financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to go chase green candles because God forbid the FOMO, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of missing out. Um, it's about to kick in, you guys. I know it's already started, but retail FOMO. So unsophisticated traders, people that don't even know about crypto, like the FOMO, the real FOMO is about to really start kicking in. Um, It just usually doesn't happen until we're past new all-time highs for a lot of the market, most of the market typically. So just be careful. But yeah, I got a high of, I mean, the measured move. What this is, because again, we're following the cycles. The way you come into a pattern is typically the way you come out, whether you're in a bullish pattern or a bearish pattern. Awaken Soul, I know you're sophisticated enough, a great trader to know that. So, I mean, I took the poll of previous cycle back in 2020 to the recent high and brought it out. And that's taken me upwards of $22, $21 for Dogecoin. So, that's a lot to ask for. But can we do it with time? If Dogecoin continues to stick around till the next cycle, sure. I mean, we're already up from the most recent lows, 700%. So I mean, $21 would be a 30,000%, 37,000% gain. So that's more why I'm sticking towards that 2,800 to 6,000. 6,500% gain between that $2 to $4 range, conservatively trying to take some profits off the table at the very least, before I see if the market gives me a continuation structure or a capitulation structure at one of these ranges. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Maybe we can elaborate more. Can you make your window full screen? That window? Let me know if that was the window you were speaking about. Hard to see the charts. Oh, I mean, you talking about this window. Yeah, my bad, man. I know maybe not everybody's as experienced as me, or maybe Awakened Soul, or anybody else in my group or something. Skeeter Bug. But yeah, I do sometimes kind of forget that not everybody is as up to date as I am, or aware of things as I am. Uh, that's why it's like important to always ask questions. Or thank you, Texas Broski, for saying it's kind of hard to see my charts. But yeah, I can zoom in on them. Usually when I'm speaking to people, it's like, okay, yeah, I know that level, I'm charting that, etc. Right? So you're welcome. We got to get together again soon. Long time. A long time. Give the world some collaboration. I'm still trying to get together soon again with Master Your Reality, and I'm open for any and all future podcasts. I offered one to Waters Above the other day. If anybody's in this Discord, you can ask them about it sometime. I don't know. Again, yesterday's my bad, you guys. I was not predicting, but I was kind of thinking yesterday would be the first 100K close above a daily close above 100K on the CME chart. Not every chart, the CME chart, big difference. Okay, but it wasn't. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, but I offered, if he was willing to do a podcast, talk about 144K Bitcoin in the month of December. The 144,000 chosen level. Sagittarius 144, Ascension 144. My thesis has always been a first quarter, leading into that March blood moon eclipse. I actually shared that with him, that March 14th time period of 2025 for potential cherry blossom season top, right? The peak of the market, something we teach you for years now. So we'll see if he is willing to do it. How about that? But yeah, what are we talking about? Any cryptos y'all want to talk about? Because y'all know we the only crypto YouTuber to look at your charts and go over your cryptos and talk about them for free, not without charging super chats. Where they do that at? The Daily Candle Close News. But y'all know we're the only crypto analysts to do that. And again, we've got a track record like none other. Okay, and I'm not bragging, but we're invested in our craft and skill here. 20 hours, 22 hours a day, 48-hour stretches most weeks. Sometimes it's 72 hours. So I'm just throwing this out there. Y'all let me know what you want to look at. Zcash, Rachel, P, we got balls in the house. Let's go. You know me. Zcash, you guys, let's take a moment to give flowers where flowers are due. I've been shadow banned on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, for many years now, and some of y'all know that. They've wiped my following out a ton of times. I was just at 300 and almost 350 followers, you guys. I'm back at 266 now. I thought once I got the blue check mark, I could have been verified. I could have been good to go. Anyways, they keep swiping them off from me. But eventually we're going to get there, you guys. I finally got my first 1K viewed post. Okay? All right? And it was well on its way before I got the blue check mark. We know that. All right? But it was Zcash. And, we talked about when everybody was getting horny and euphoric on Zcash several months ago, back in like June, July, August, right? And we were saying, yeah, this 43, 44 or so dollar high, previous highs before the flush out was a resistant range. And that retest of $25 was what we were targeting. Well, we nailed that, you guys. So it's my first. Let's give credit where credit's due. It's my first 1K viewed post on X. So let's now go to Zcash and see what's happened since then. Because we've accumulated. We tripled, almost quadrupled our bag, de-risking the $44, and then accumulating $24, $25 again. So Zcash, banger. Where's it at? Right there. All right, that is not the right chart. I have 1,000 charts, y'all know that. So it's one of these Zcashes down here. So you got to do multiple schematics. All right, look at my schematic right here. All right, look, I'm from Boston. Anyway, we got rejected. Like I said, 43 was. We couldn't even close a weekly candle above it, you guys. Okay, until we did. 83 is our next target. All right, that's the next one we got to break. Weekly high. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. I love you. Let me know if you need me. Sorry, that's fine. But yeah, $83 is my next high. The fallen wedge, long-term breakout. So we'll see what happens. But Zcash is continuing to do what the rest of the market is doing, making this long round bottoms, pay the bills. All right, so great last accumulation was the $24 we got. and the $25, the average buying of around 28 basically. So great retest, breakout. All right. So $83, that's my next targeted de-risk. I basically not only double my last de-risking position, but again, I almost quadrupled my bag. So you best believe I'm sitting pretty here. And then we have the next range, because we could hit this, pull back, move to the next one. All right. So that's right. Yeah. $218. And then we know it gets euphoric for Zcash. And this isn't even the chart with the most data. Okay, so let's look at this nonsense. 371. So you see the Adam and Eve we're forming here? This V-shaped recovery with this nice round bottom. You see, I mean, this is very bullish, you guys. Okay, so talk about sine waves and sound waves. Sine waves and co-waves. All right, things like that. Now, what do you think if we come up here and do something like this and then do another one like that? I mean, it's just a hypothetical. It's just a suggestion. Okay, I'm not saying we do that, but it wouldn't be uncommon. So it can get pretty euphoric for Zcash, I think. Let's go to this wick high to the wick low. We just got out of the 236 at the back test right there at $24, $25. We just broke the 382. The golden pocket is next, $145. That 1618. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm like puzzling together for you here? I mean, a picture paints $2,600 words. So again, it could take up until 2028. Who knows? 2026, the end of next year, 2025. Only time will tell. But it's about to get. I mean, who can argue from where we are right now with 154%, 150% increase on their investment, especially in the short term? So I mean, not to mention if you took my advice on Twitter and did what we did, not financial advice, it's just documenting my journey, that's all. And you go up 486%. Like, you don't get these in your traditional markets, you guys, and you're not going to continue to get them in the crypto markets for a long time. So, like, I'm not saying sell it all, but I'm just saying start getting ready to take action in this market if we see this next move, because it could take time to see the larger picture of a 10,000% move. If we see Zcash go into a new all-time high, it's going to target the 1618. It's just got to break the golden pocket first. So these are kind of my thoughts on Zcash. It's something I'm trying to use as a teaching opportunity to the. I mean, it's got a popular following. I've ignored it for many years until the $17 lows that me and Shannon in the private group this year, Duke Doobie and Modern Sword, were all together conspiring and buying up one night in class. Like, I used it as an opportunity then to say, hey, let's teach off this. The community, the following it's got on Twitter, X, social media, etc. Like, let's start doing something here. Let's try and make some sophisticated people with this asset. So that's just me. And I was told I couldn't be friends with Duke Doobie if I didn't have one. So I had to buy one. I got to be his friend. That's just like morals to me. So yeah.
And spontaneously written songs of joy.
All right. Where we at, chat? What we talk about? Zcash, please. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I love your take on some. I'd love for your take on some VeChain, seemingly sluggish, but that may be good. Yeah, and I wasn't trying to critique you there. I just was trying to see what you were saying. VeChain, authenticity on the blockchain. It's been a big bag of mine since 2020. Let's see where we're at now. Good God. Wow. Like we were just calling for like 4 to 7 cents not too long ago. And oh, for a second there, I thought that was at 44 cents. I knew something was wrong. But that could be the next target. Who knows? Yeah. All right. Swing high, swing low, 702, 11 cents. 4 to 7 up to 11 cents. Yeah, that's 702. I do remember this now. It's coming in more vivid. I don't really know what this is. Let me go to daily. Is my dinosaur there? Aha. It's important. This is the very beginning. Anyways, so I don't know what this is, man. These inception day launch rallies and stuff. It's always kind of hard to say I want to pull a fib from there because I really don't. I mean, my 702 is basically lined up with my 786, so I'd feel more comfortable leaving this range right here as my fib pull. But we could do this. I mean, it's 15 cents, so yeah, 4 to 7 cents is still the next target move. Up to the 618, basically at 8 cents. We're always front running sophisticatedly. Anyways, and then it's breaking the golden pocket and into a new all-time high. Now I'm not counting this, okay, as the new all-time high. Let's count 27 sophisticatedly as a new all-time high. Be conservative in our approach here. What most people won't do, because they're gonna think it's gonna continue to go higher, right? Anyways, 99 cents, yeah, that psychological dollar. That's where we're targeting, yes. All right. And it could go higher, of course. I got $1.50 is $1.83 is my 1.618 from this swing high to swing low. That's where I'll be targeting a majority of my bag to be de-risked up over 3,000%. Okay. If we get there and we do break that inception day rally high, whatever you want to call this, whatever happened here. All right. Before C19 lows. Man, dude, we were legends for, bro. $100, 100,000 V-Chain challenge. Like, we're legends for this, bro. Like, think about that. It's basically $200 for $100,000. 300 and 400 the more it moved up right here after the March crash. But man, like, just legends. So think about this. Overall, if we do get to $1, you turn $100, $200 into $100,000, you guys. Like, that's one of them challenges you've seen me give away a ton of. XPR, Velo, SHX, Dent, all these other $100, 100,000 token challenges that you could see exponentially increase your wealth. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Anyways, 4 to 7 cents, man. It's been our target all the way back here for several months. We're there. Next target is 11 to 15 cents. And then we're going to be targeting a new high of breaking this 786 where we were topped out previously. Okay, the 27 cent, what we're calling all-time high, before we head towards that next mark, 50 cents. It's this 4.618 from back here, this swing high to swing low right here. And I'm going to target that at around 55 cents. Okay. So yeah, I mean, these are just hypotheticals. This is a 4-year theory, well thought out numerology, decoded range for V-Chain. There's a few others once we're past $1 that I'll try and target and before we get to $1. One of them was based off of V-Chain's gematria. So one would be $1.27, one would be that 62-cent range. Okay, so things like that. But I think I don't think it's sluggish at all, man. I think it's had to catch up. You know, it's an altcoin. Uh, we're still waiting on Asia for VeChain as well, so it's more like a Velo play. You're going to want to pay attention to those Asian markets, things like that. But authenticity on the blockchain, like VeChain, major deal, like I think it's here to stay. I got upwards high targets of anywhere from $3 to $5 in the future. Like I've always had this price range mapped out. So like it's just a long-term hold for me. Again, 100, 200 bucks for 100,000 tokens, been holding them for 4 years, never de-risked. So like this is my first cycle I plan to take profits on this chain, this ecosystem. So yeah, long-term hold. Velo and Stronghold. So okay, Texas Broski. We can look at those. I swear I thought we just looked at that chat. Oh, you just put it in twice. That's cool. Yeah, make sure I see your chat, guys. Year of the X, XCN, Onyx Coin, DJ Mr. Good News. Okay. So I'm writing notes. Velo, SHX, XCN. All right. Remember, you guys, we're the only ones that do this for free. And we don't charge nothing. It's not financial advice. But we do got like if you can ask anybody for the last year or so, 4 years, we got like a 86% batting record when it comes to calling the market. And I'm probably being nice because last time somebody told me it's like 89+%. So I'll be hey. Rewrote that, haha, it was bad. Nah, man, ain't nothing bad. But all right, let's look at Velo, Stronghold, SHX. We were just looking at that. I think that's just getting started, man. 702 Golden Pocket, 11 cents. Y'all write them down below before we get off here. We'll hang out a little bit longer, hang out with you guys, have class tonight, answer questions. Anybody's free to join me in the studio. I left the StreamYard link in the Discord. You can all pop on, say hey. I'm live in the Discord right now. So, all right. SHX. Man, I know this chart's messy. This chart's not much better. Alright. What we're gonna do. Well, yeah, that's my next trade setup, you guys. Okay, basically, is watching earlier the 21 EMA to cross it, hold it, push up towards that 102, 103K that we've talked about tonight for several months now, weeks, or that push down towards that 88K. We will see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll see. It was my next trade setup I was sharing with somebody earlier. But we're going to take and go to a new Stronghold chart because I just want to do fresh TA. Let's just look at it. There's a lot of drawing. There's a lot of scribbling I had on that chart. Yeah. I think it's priming itself. I personally do. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at that on the daily now. Below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe an ABC correction. I doubt it because of the time of the year. It's always possible. Sorry, I'm just looking at it, zooming out. When in doubt, daily time view, time frame. Trying to zoom out, trying to collect where I am in the cycle. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to continue towards breaking into a new cycle high.
Daisy, Mark Jacobs.
So eventually something possibly like this at the lows from 2023 last year, possibly a third wave pushing to new all-time high. I mean, right now I'm targeting 2 cents, obviously. Then we can come back and push into around that 4 to 5 cent range is what I'm possibly thinking. Now this is going to make more sense when I start pulling up some fibs, and you'll see why. You see the 1618 up there at around the 4 or 5 cent range for stronghold. So again, last year, December, November, when we were giving you this at roughly 001, and honestly, I mean, it was under that. $70 could have got you 100,000 tokens back in December of last year, basically. But that's 70, 100, $200 turned into 5,000. All right, so not a bad come up. But yeah, stronghold looking mighty nice. Let's get this moon patterns cut off so we can see that more clearly. Let's move our fib up so you'll see why I'm targeting that 5 cent range for the 5th wave. Okay. Long-term view. We'll see. So that could be April, March of this next year, as early as February, I'm thinking. The December move is what I think is going to take us into the 3rd wave. That's my personal opinion. It could be January. So we'll see a pullback to the golden pocket. You got a left shoulder, a head, a push up to the neckline, which is what this will be, and then a right shoulder come in, continuation. Again, make perfect sense to me. Something like that for stronghold. So let's draw that inverse head and shoulders for you. You got the neckline starting here. Boom. Your new neckline inside the shoulder. That's where you came to. So, I mean, you could start the shoulder technically now. I want to see it break market structure. Okay. So I want to act like I'm starting from here. My point of where I'm going. All right. So that means my neckline that I'm playing is here. My shoulder. That's where I hope to come to. Get a new all-time high. Show continuation in the cycle. What that is known as is a break of market structure. Okay. All right. And then we come down for the shoulder and retest the 702. Like, that's in a perfect world. Like, that's what I would like to see. Like, if I had to choose, like, that's what I would choose it to do. So it's kind of my theory, my thoughts on stronghold. Okay, 5 cents. Let's go. All right. I could be wrong. We could go back to 006, retest the 382 again. 005. $500 for 100,000 tokens again. Get that chance to make exponentially more profits. Like, they'd be dumb to give me that opportunity. It's 1,000% gain versus what we could be looking at now from where we are, 491% gain. So we're getting there. It's just how good an opportunity are we going to have to get there? That 382 is mighty nice. The 382, after hitting and rejecting from the 702, is a great retrace range. So again, if the shoulder comes in now, that's where we're going. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see what happens right here at the golden pocket. So don't get fudded out. I still think higher prices for stronghold in the near distant future. Basically a long-term bull flag right here. Falling wedge. Breakout coming soon. We just have already started the breakout. So yeah, those are my stronghold notes. All right, still caught up on the chat. Let's look at Velo, Elo. They know Elo, Velo. It's a big deal, at least here. We've done a lot with Velo. I got a secret I'm gonna give to you all. The AVAX. Like it's a major play. I think AVAX about to make a massive move. So just stay tuned for that, you guys. Hey, we gave you Quant in my last live stream and said it was about to go to 120. It was at $60. Okay. So I mean, we can look at Quant real quick, because the last massive move I gave y'all has so far been almost a double up. It's been almost 100% banger and gainer. Where my Quant chart at? So y'all stay tuned for that AVAX play. Avalanche. Boom. $99 already. Done hit the 382. I told y'all, 120 coming soon. 702 after that. So at 140, the next 0.5 fib, Quant about to hit it. But that 120 was where we was at 119. I'm sorry, it's 119. It was $1 off. Is where I told y'all we were headed next. So almost there, y'all, and we're just getting started for Quant. So remember that. All right, let's go ahead and do the AVAX play. I'll do it. Let me get my chart pulled up for you guys. I had it pulled over here on the side for y'all. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. So it's just one of the lessons I wanted to talk about tonight was paying attention to the RSI. You know, watching the greed. I expect it to push up into extreme greed before too long in this market. Okay. And we know it's going to hang out there for a second, give retail time to play around, and then they're going to pull the rug on us, right? All right. Not financial advice, but let's just pull a fib from swing high resistance. This is the very beginning, okay, to swing low. All right. And it's going to show you where I think we could head up towards one day, maybe not this cycle, but a new all-time high. I think it's coming very soon, upwards of $144 is what I'm targeting. That's asking a lot, but you know, we will see. To maybe 240, a nice little range right there. All right. Especially if you were just buying $22.30 AVAX like we were at the 382 retest, like it was golden. 223, yeah, I'm gonna give me that. 400 for $100 you couldn't beat it. Let's pay attention to this RSI right back here before we saw continuation in the cycle and the most recent high that we got back in March of 2024. That's the one we're about to break now, you guys. We're literally almost there. We're just a few percent away. And when we do, I think we're going to start to gravitate towards this most recent high of $100, $105 back here in April 2022. It was this RSI, the way it had creeped up and short squeezed before taking that massive first peak. Okay? I want you to pay attention to the way the RSI is kind of short squeezing up right here before it may potentially take that next massive move up towards that 80-90% range and take us past this 702 golden pocket we're at around that $49 range that we just can't seem to break just yet. That's what we're battling, okay? Before we take that next move up towards that $80 range. So basically almost a double up again on AVAX right here, you guys. So I mean, just pay attention to this RSI. We're gonna get this move. We're then gonna see some chop before possibly some continuation again before we start setting that bearish divergence, okay? Or that just overheatedness one. I mean, it ain't necessarily got to be a bearish divergence forming for you to know that things overheated. And in extreme greed, where we should be fearful when others are greedy and start de-risking right before, you know, not necessarily a pullback, but before consolidation possibly, okay? So let's see what happens. All right, but AVAX is one I wanted to bring up to you tonight as a potential banger coming soon. All right, so We could see another 400% move like history has shown once we got this signal on the RSI that I've, found for you all today. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if we can break this 702 $49 range. And if we can't make it towards that $89, let's say December 11th. Okay, that's my theory. So then within the next 2 weeks, if you can't basically double your money in AVAX, like, man, my theory is not playing out like it has in the past. All right, but this next week of December, the first 2 weeks of December could show to be promising for these cryptos. Okay, just one example. Hey, I'll take it. If we hit it, we hit it. If we do well, we do well. If it goes the opposite way, it was a learning opportunity, right? But I think we found a banger, you guys. Another one. We're famous for the bangers here. Okay, we call the bangers. So let me go back to the chat. All right, hey, we got Ray Love in the house. Hey, how we doing? Been going over a ton of cryptos. Make sure you rewatch the video tonight. We've went over a ton already. Ray Love, Bitcoin XRP, some SHX and Dogecoin, Quant, AVAX. So we're gonna go over some more. We got Spirit and Simeon saying, "Hey, Coach, what up, though? What up, though? How you doing, Spirit? Glad to have you, my friends. Y'all drop your favorite cryptos in the chat. Let's talk about them before we get off here. All right, we still got XCN to do. What else we gonna do tonight, y'all? Y'all let me know now. Y'all let me know. Cause some of these, they about to go. They about to blow. All right, let's look at XCN. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. It's about that time, y'all. It's about that time, y'all. So this one was, I mean, yeah, I don't want to say it wasn't one of the better performing, or it was one of the least performing ones that we gave since December of last year, December 2023. Again, one fraction of a penny, 1/10 of a penny. So, $100 for 100,000 tokens. You then seen that turn into a $3,000, $4,000 come up. Hello, by March 14th, Pi Day. All right. So, not surprising, before we then treated 001 as support again. So, I mean, it gave you the chance to turn $100 into $4,000 in a matter of 4 months, and then reaccumulate for only $100 again to get the same amount of tokens, okay, and have a $3,900 profit in your pocket. That's what XCN has done this year. All right, just to let y'all know, what it's already done again is turn. Oh, I'm sorry. So $100 is now already doubled. It's back at 200. This was 004, so it wasn't a $4,000. I'm sorry, it was a $300, $400 profit, $390 or $300 back in your pocket. So I didn't mean to say $3,000. Math was a little off. I knew something was off. Whole point is you're breaking the 236. You're finally there. Okay, went sideways and down for 2 years. Okay, not surprising. This is the one people talk about being tied to JP Morgan, etc., etc. That's cool. Something of that nature. I wouldn't be surprised to be in a, more of a suppressed market, sideways and down, price discovery to the bottom type of, environment, right? Nothing different than Velo over the last several years. We're still going to talk about Velo. We didn't talk about it yet. It's coming up next. But not surprising, right? This is the level you want to break. What you're still waiting on is daily closes above the 322 EMA, though. And in my research, my studies, my thesis, I show you several times, time and time again with assets, what happens when you get the daily closes of support that is confirmed by breaking the 322 at roughly 0.00256. So shout out to Huntsville, North Alabama, where we were talking about earlier, the Tennessee line, right? Tennessee Valley, 256. That's the area you want to break. That's what you've got to flip. This rejection level, this rejection level, this rejection level. All right, this rejection level over here. It's what you got to break. And then your golden pocket. You're heading into new all-time highs. Now, I don't say you go straight there. It's levels, 382.5618, golden pocket. Y'all know this. But from the 236 alone, where we are right now, I'm targeting upwards of 1,000% gain. That's just me alone. I'm not saying we don't go to a 10-cent new all-time high one day. I'm not saying we don't go past 2 pennies, but we got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? It could take more time to break the 702. This could be the cycle high for something like this. Some of these coins can just hit the 702, come back down, and then in the next cycle break a new all-time high. I mean, think about XRP the last 7 years and the last cycle, how it didn't hit a new all-time high, but now it's on its way to. We'll see if it does. Okay, let's see if some of these coins don't do something of the nature. I'm not saying it will, and I'm not saying it don't break 10 cents, but it's just a theory right now. But XCN, I think it's promising. Left cheek, right cheek, higher low. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got some sort of divergence forming. No, not necessarily. Not unless we're looking at it on the weekly, maybe. No, absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, I'm just liking the double bottom, higher low, W aspect of it. I'd be targeting the 702. It's what I've been targeting. All I've been waiting on all year long is what my community will tell you. A close on the daily with support held above the 322. After that, it's time to start de-risking. So yeah, XCN getting ready to blow like everything else. In my opinion, it's not financial advice, but if this is the time to come out of a 2 going on 3 year sideways and down bottoming structure, I think it'd be this last year right here. Just look at the chat real quick. What up, chat? We'll do. We got it. Axelar and Beam. Yeah, Spirit of Simeon. We were just talking about Beam the other night, Tuesday night in class with Skeets, man. We missed that one. Yeah, we'll bring it back up. Velo, they know Velo. It's a big deal. Okay. Delete time. Zoom in. All right. So we're gonna find another Velo chart. Let's see what this Velo chart looks like. Lord help us. We got too many cryptos. All right. Clean chart. Dinosaur, this is the very beginning. That's important. Swing high, swing low. First thing we're doing. All right, so I love it. Give me the 4.236, man. 7 cents, man. Give me 7 cent Velo. Velo, they know. Now, again, this is not the all-time data for Velo. I think you have Velo upwards of $2 when it first came out. So this is just the listing on Bybit. Okay, the data we've got since it was listed on Bybit. Get another Velo chart up. Qcoin, Coinbase. Let's try Qcoin. Yeah, Qcoin's got all my data. But it's an ugly ass chart, man. I got too much going on. Hypotheticals and stuff. Delete. Yeah. All right. Good deal. Now that issue is settled, all right. I am going to keep this fib though, because I mean I did like how this swing high or swing low to swing high gave us the 4.236. That was our market bottom in 2022. Yeah, I'm really liking that. So I do also like how around the December 8th to December 11th time period was our low. So I'm looking at that from 2-year anniversary to possibly that same time period coming up being a potential high that we could be seeing Velo push into 2 years from that low. So, I mean, let's just pay attention to that. All right. It's not financial advice. It's just a suggestion. All right. So, something similar to like this first week of December last year when we were pushing up into another little high before a pullback. Let's pay attention to what we were doing right here. Maybe this is the high we're pushing into before another pullback, but I want to see us break this previous high. All right. Let's just pull a fib from this most recent swing high, the swing low for Velo, this double bottom we got back there around July, August time period, right? And you can see we're at the golden pocket now. So if we hold this area, if we break this high, we get that break of market structure. I'm looking for the next one, the next break of market structure right here at around that 2 cents. That's going to propel me towards that 6-7 cent range. That's what I'm targeting. Upwards of this previous 1618 we fell below, got rejected from before we hit the 236 and bounced it. Anyway, so that 6-7 to 10 cent range, I don't think is a bad idea to de-risk some, especially if you loaded up at the lows a year ago. So yeah, no financial advice, but the 4.236 of this most recent high to low from March, May, Mayday, all the way down to August would be a new all-time high at $2.50. So it's not uncommon, but we've got to hold the 702. We've got to hit the 618. We've got to clear these other levels. So I'm not saying Velo can't go to a new all-time high. It's in the TA. It's there. But does it do it now? Does it do it this pump? Does it do it this cycle? Only time will tell. I mean, it's really asking for a lot. I mean, but again, I'm not saying it's a meme coin, but we've seen meme coins do these upwards of 14,000% gains, right? So something covering the Asian markets and is the stronghold of Asia, built like Ripple and XRP as a bridge currency and payments facilitator. Like, it's absolutely fucking possible to get the liquidity. I personally think, in my opinion, that's based on my research and due diligence, but not financial advice. All right, so it will be levels along the way that I'm taking action at. Okay, it's not me just holding and waiting. Okay, that first move to 1618 up 265%, so on and so on, will be where I try and target. based on numerology, gematria, things like that as well. So, yeah, Velo, Elo, they know. It's a big deal. Lucille. All right. What is going on? Y'all hear it? Y'all heard the Cash App. Spirit is Simeon sending me the 7-Eleven. Let's go. Y'all know it's the Master Chief 117. Coach A. John here with you right now. Thank you for the 7-Eleven, my friend. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. But I appreciate it. Every little bit counts, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's just the chat showing love. We didn't ask for that. All right, the others chart. The other total market excluding the top 10 dominance. Yeah, I mean it's breaking the 322 EMA. Good sign, good sign. Nice falling wedge you're forming right here, you guys. I don't know if y'all know about that, but that can be a banger. Let's go from back here. Just pull from here. You got this move down. Like you're possibly getting ready to break out this sucker. All right. You can kind of possibly redraw it and say you already have. Say from here, you make a smaller one. This one's more long term. Okay, more like a weekly view, right? Then you've got one inside the daily right here, son, that is already broken out. Look at that thing. This is something, man. So your measured move, say upwards of 14-15% for the others' dominance. Just remember that. That's going to bring the total market cap up, you guys. So I'm going to get to XLR and Beam in a minute, okay? But let's look at the others' market cap. I know we sidetracked all night. This is what Coach A does. This mad scientist behind the scenes, man. Oh, bam, bam, banger. No, that ain't it. We got to go to our main chart. Y'all got to get what we last talked about. Y'all got to get the cream of the crop. The creme de la creme, we call it. Total 3. Because we gave y'all the 702, this golden pocket you've heard me talk so much about tonight. We gave y'all that recently for the total 3. We exceeded that. So you see, if some of these 702s we're at, some of these that we haven't got to yet, pay attention to what I'm telling you, how we get there and what we do when we get there. All right? Because I think AVAX, some of these other ones going to fucking follow. Okay? So, all right. We're literally moments away from a new all-time high for the total 3, you guys. I mean, percentages away from that right now. We're retesting the 888 I've got right here. So we're 16% away. So pay attention to others. Pay attention to the total 2, total 3 now. All right? So that one's not as sexy. We ain't looked at that one in a while. We use total 3, excluding Bitcoin and ETH, right? Altcoin season. With these charts, with the Bitcoin dominance, everything we talked about tonight, like you guys, we're sharing some fucking major data, you guys. All right, irrefutable, undeniable. Lined up with the fourth quarter, the November, the month of Bitcoin. You know, it's looking promising for a very Merry Christmas. All right, merry and bright. I'll behave. So, Aerodrome finance, if time allows. Absolutely, my guy. Absolutely. AERO. Aerodrome finance. What are we doing since we last came out and talked about it? No, man. I've got some TA done on Aero. I know because we were blogging about it at one point. Bam, bam, banger, on our way. So, I mean, it's taking time. It's squeezing, and it's slowly squeezing towards that 1618. This was when we were blogging about it, beginning of the year, back in February. I know you guys. I know. Most people didn't take advantage of it at 8 cents, right? But you're up over $1 now. I mean, you're up almost $1.50. So congratulations to any of those that took advantage of this. This was one of the trades we gave away in the TradeAholics and Fibonomics tabs and trade setups in the Discord for the private paid group. And I mean, it's been an absolute banger ever since. I mean, upwards of 3,600% moves already, almost. I mean, almost. So I mean, it was technically like a 2,700% move from our call out. So not bad. We then had a falling wedge, long sideways, 8 months, sideways and down. We know, right? Break out of that. The back test of that falling wedge back in August, okay, and then the September, trend reversal that we were calling, and since then have been up another roughly, I mean, almost 242% on Aerodrome Finance. So, I mean, the next move is this 1618, I do believe, into a new all-time high, roughly the 4.236 from this most recent last pull. Okay, if you want to call it that, all I did was pull a fib from this swing high to the very first low we got. It's kind of hard to do that. You're not technically supposed to do that. Okay, but I did it. All right. So I'm gonna eye this area of around 630, front running that $7 1.618. And you'll see why I did that. So I mean, technically, if you really went from the high you got to the low you got, you'll see you've already exceeded your 4.236 and then went into a 0.7 of a fib. All right, that's overheated. All right, so I just use this as confluence to my 1.618 target. Okay. All right. But yeah, Aerodrome Finance, it's looking mighty nice, mighty nice. Most recent swing high to swing low that we got has us at the 702 right now. We just broke above it, back tested the 21 and reclaimed with daily candle closes above the 702. I think we're heading into that next move. What we're doing is fighting, breaking a new all-time high. So what we're doing is battling this last 58-60% to show continuation in the cycle. So yeah, I mean, Aerodrome looking promising. And I don't just say that because we made an absolutely fabulous call from 8 cents. No, I'm not just saying that because we blogged about it. No, I'm saying that because it's following the same thesis that I've had for it the entire year, which was making the fifth wave. So the 5 waves we've had drawn out for you, coming out of wave 4 in the lows. Again, because crypto was born the last 8 months. Now FOMO, retail FOMO is about to kick back in. Like, I think we're just following the cycle, following the thesis. That's why I say that. Not because we've been correctly calling it. I just want you to know that. But yeah, I mean, I got $6, $7 possibly. I mean, you can start, I guess, be risking at 280 again, but I mean, that's only 70% away. You know what I'm saying? If you've been heavily invested in this, yeah, of course. But if you're recently invested in this, then yeah, you're going to want to try and get those maximum ROIs, those maximum percentage gains to make it worth investing after taxes, etc. But yeah, I don't know your story. I don't know your theory. I don't know your entry. Can't trade for you. Just share with you my targets, and that's what they are. Let's look at XLR and BeamX at the 702 from the most recent swing high to swing low. I mean, you're about to see it go towards the 1618, possibly at 11 cents. I mean, it's just a suggestion. It's a hypothetical. I'm not saying it happens. But I mean, usually from 702 to golden pocket golden ratio is a possibility. At the very least, you want to break a market structure. You want to see continuations. You want to break the 0.1 fib, the previous all-time high that we got back in March on Pi Day, right? So I mean, from the 702, you're 57%, 55% away from that. Most of the market is 50% away from breaking all-time highs. I mean, or less. Some of them may have already done it, and we know that. Bitcoin, etc. So I mean, buckle up, you guys. Buckle up. When I said back in May, when I said back in March, even after the August sell-off, and people were panicked after hitting 47, 49K again, being back at 52K. I just said it needed time, that there were levels to break. 58 to 62, 64K. Since then, up. Since the retest of 58K one last time, up. Come on now, you guys. I've been saying this market was just getting started all year long, you guys. Come on now. Nobody else out here preparing y'all like I have. And I'm not bragging, not boasting. I'm taking pride in the craft and skill we've been building here for 4+ years, going on 5 years now next year. You guys. 69K 2 weeks in advance. 15K for a year, you guys. 15K, we called the bottom. Right? Then we started preparing y'all for a $64,000 Bitcoin. Okay? Upwards of a $64,000. And then after we hit that, we gave you the 73K March highs. And then 47K in August. Name another analyst that's done it. I'll put my track record against the rest of the world. The highs and lows of assets we've caught in between. The blowout bangers and life changes we've helped people achieve. Like, please, say my name, rub dirt on it all you want, you guys. But I know we make mistakes. The stuff ain't all, perfectly put together. It ain't got these flashy thumbnails and blah, 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 1,000 followers. Like, it's cool. It's only meant for those that are gonna succeed. I promise you that. I design my stuff thoroughly to make sure it's not for those that think they know everything. I'm still learning. Been in this since fucking 2011, 2012, fucking with Bitcoin, you guys. I'm not gonna come out here and think I know everything. The audacity in me to even think that. Like my shit don't stink. To hide my mistakes and my bad calls. Like, dude, oh man, I'm done. Like, this thing's just getting started. Get ready for 4 cents on BMX. Highs 11 cents. That's where I got it going. XLR. Algo. Well, we just talked about it in the last live stream. Still doing this thing. And that Thanksgiving little opportunity of getting in them trades right there. I'm telling you what, following the exact pattern. Now we may pull back after December, new moon, something like that. Again, first week of December, second week. We'll see. But yeah, algo, dollar is my next target. 702, golden fib, 99 cents, 106, somewhere around there. XLR. I know I got it around here somewhere. I keep looking for it. Probably be one of the last ones we go over, you guys, before we get ready to, bring this spaceship back down to planet Earth. We've been outside the firmament all night. We got to go back under the dome. We got work in the morning. This might be, here's your little November, fourth week of November, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, Fibonacci Day type of V-shaped recovery, the market we see. But you might get a longer one right here, retest of the 21. You might see 83 cents, 84 cents again. But the moment we break this 0.5 fib, I think we're going to start shooting straight towards $1.50 for XLR, 50 cent increase. I really like the bottoming we've been doing. It's kind of hard to tell situations and coins like this. Is it going to be one of those ones that's newly released that is in a perpetual year plus downtrend and price discovery to the downside? So I'm potentially watching this pull into a bear flag and a possible pull out the 1618 and lower possibly in the future. That would be years from now, 2025, 2026 lows that we're talking about here. But I'm not saying the rally can't continue. I'm not saying it can't break the 0.5, break the because this could be a dead cat bounce right here, you guys, and get rejected. So pay attention to where we're at and what's happening right here at this dollar range, this psychological level, right? If we don't hold support right here, we get rejected. It could be scary. I'm not saying that's what happens, but when projects start out, when they first come on the scene, we talked about a few tonight that fucking downtrends for a year, 2, 3 years, forming a downtrend and bottom before they start their cycle, so to say. Their true existence, right? I mean, you got to crawl before you can walk. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I really want to see what happens right here at this 0.5 fib. If we can't break into that 702, that golden pocket, okay, this may not be all the data for XLR neither. I forgot to. I don't see my dinosaur. XLR, EXL. I don't know why. I got one with. Yeah, this is making a lot more sense. So screw what I was saying. Okay, I didn't have all the data in front of me. Alright, so that's what happens. Alright, yeah, I like this a lot better. Low, higher low, W. So you got your W right here. I mean, you've already hit your 1618 from your golden pocket. So I mean, again, another asset showing you, hey, you guys, this golden pocket, the golden ratio that I keep telling y'all about, and then sometimes back to golden pocket, it happens. All right, don't sleep on it. So a year, it's been out a year and a half. Yeah, I mean, we've already broken the 702 pocket on golden pocket on the XLR. So the conservative move is $1.70. I've got mapped out, maybe front running at 166. That's a pretty exoteric number. And then the 1618 breaking into new all-time highs at $3.31, and that XRP price. I'll behave. But yeah. This thing's gonna beat XRP to its previous all-time high before XRP gets there, more than likely. I'll shut up. I'll behave. I know. I probably just lost the rest of the chat and stream right then, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, those are my targets. This August low was the retest of the 236. Now we're back at the golden pocket. Yeah, we're just climbing. Again, we could pull back to the golden pocket to 21 to 786 again. We could have that Cyber Monday type of V-shaped recovery and continuation here for some of the coins in the market. I'm not saying the entire market, but we could see that. And it could be the whole market. Who knows? What does Bitcoin do right here? That 96K. I mean, if we get that pull back to the 21, that kind of V-shaped recovery, falling wedge type of ABC pattern, yeah, for continuation, basically a double bottom W, we could see something like that. Again, it wouldn't be surprising. It just show very similarities to this back here in November. The rallies we talked about. I actually got that chart still pulled up on it. Because before we do get off here, like the whole reason I came on tonight was to teach you guys. It's about this, what I call Thanksgiving and Black Friday price action, the sale, the opportunity. Yeah, I call it sale, you guys, but like I talked about earlier, we've already done all the math for 13 plus years now and averaged it out to be another 14% pump post Thanksgiving and Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay, it's no matter what, it's post November 28th. Post November 28th, the first date of the initial halving. I know apparently this is becoming popular now that we've started sharing this in our work. Like Twitter's been taken a storm by the first halving date now. But anyways, so yeah, it's post the end of November, the fourth week of November, what we have always called is the month of Bitcoin. Okay, where we tend to be in cycle new all-time highs or on our way. It's a proven fact. So the average is the rest of a 14% move to 103. after an 8% dump, on average 9% dump this year that we've already got. So the sale is, in my opinion, possibly already finished, you guys, before we can see continuation. That's what we need to notice here. So, like, the whole historical context of this trend was to bring market awareness to these investors, my followers, to these traders out here, before we see increased retail FOMO and participation. Okay, so study this chart. Go back, look at November 23rd, around Thanksgiving, from November 23rd to around Thanksgiving to around the 28th of November, and study what happens. Like the recent market lows at 15, 16K, we called for the entire year in advance, you guys. Targeting this area for a trend reversal. Tom Brady comes out, gives you Bitcoin laser eyes, and we're off to the races. Anyways, like, this Thanksgiving holiday period often brings increased attention to stock markets, cryptocurrencies, assets in general, you guys. As we transition into the fourth quarter, tax loss harvesting, the end of the year, it's just all preparation right here. It's more importantly a time to be thankful, right? So be thankful. We're usually thankful for what we are given, like the gains we've recently been given, right? It's not a bad idea to take 10% off the table if you bought the August lows. If you bought in 2022 lows at 15K, not financial fucking advice. I'm just throwing this out there. But this Bitcoin, this Ethereum, this XRP, this so and so coin volatility is happening due to cycle repetition right here. Okay. So again, be thankful. Use this as Thanksgiving. All right. Don't get greedy. Be fearful when others are greedy, greedy when others are fearful. But this Black Friday, this Cyber Monday aspect of it that I've taught the last couple of years, it focuses on the deals and discounts. And it occasionally parallels with the market dip, maybe of only 8%, 16%, 21%, who knows? Who knows? But it could give us an opportunity. We'll see what happens between now and Monday. Tomorrow, it should be a pretty good day, December 1st. Destiny, I'm telling y'all, beginning of the months have been explosive all year long. Possibly, I'm just saying all year long. Let's look at it. January, December, end of December, beginning of January, pump. Okay. Right there, end of the first week of March, we start to pump. So, oh, that's 2023. I'm sorry. I'm tripping, you guys. I was about to say, this isn't adding up. But, okay. So, January 23rd. Boom. So, boom. First week of January, pump. Okay. End of January, leading into February, we're pumping. We know first week of March, we were pumping. All right. Where are we at right here? First week of May, Mayday. At the Mayday lows. We called those. We prepared y'all for that. We pumped right out of those. Then we hit the lows in first week of July. We prepared y'all for the June and July lows and the August 4th dump that we gave y'all. 119 days after the April 8th high that we gave y'all. You see what I'm saying? So this first week is going to be very explosive for Bitcoin. We're either finding ourselves already at a high come this first week of Bitcoin, or we're pumping into another high before I think we get a pullback into the, around the first week, second week of Bitcoin. Of November, December. So sorry about that. Getting tongue tied. Been on here too long. But it's just this time period that historically shows us volatile periods for Bitcoin, the broader aspect of the cryptocurrency market, the stock market in general. It's where we tend to see these short-term price surges, or corrections in the bear market years, etc. We're in an election year, leap year, so that's labeled in red. You can see what happens post or during an election year, leap year. Imagine fucking that. That's been our whole thesis since last year was election year, leap year decoded, by the way, in case you're new here. But yeah, we tend to see these short-term price surges, and that's what we're seeing right now. And I expect to continue to see that as we head into the holiday sentiment and the festivity spirit of the market. You guys, this optimistic, euphoric, this present giving opportunity that we're about to receive. So, buy the Black Friday, Cyber Monday discounts. Stay away from the narratives and the distractions that we tend to see drive price action, etc. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Be fearful, mothers are greedy. Greedy mothers are fearful. It's about to be extreme greed in the market. So what are you gonna do? You know, but yeah, it's just about the indicators to watch right here. The V-shaped recoveries that we could have already experienced, like history shows, that we've been breaking down since 2020. We were here Thanksgiving of 2020 doing lives, breaking down the V-shaped recovery for you all. We called it then. That's exactly what we called it. It was a V-shaped recovery that we'd see. 4 years later, here we are seeing the same thing. History repeats. It's never the same. It's familiar though. Pay attention to the volume trends, you guys. The spikes during Black Friday, Cyber Monday this weekend, coming up. As we head into Thanksgiving, the 25 days of Christmas, I'll be counting down with my son. I know y'all will be too. So I'm targeting December to make it a very Merry Christmas for him. So pay attention to the institutional moves. It's the holidays. We tend to see them. So yeah. It's just the cycle repeating. We're either finding ourselves in lows come post the November time period, or we're transitioning to a peak. All right. So November highs in 2013 before bear market lows into November highs and then continuation into December. So pay attention to something very similar right here. All right. Just like back here, very similar continuation into December, first week. All right. 2 cycles in a row. All right. What happened here? November highs, continuation into first week of November. So first time we were out of the first week of December was the last cycle, an anomaly, right? But what happens here? First week of December, by December 18th. December 8th, December 18th were 2 dates. The December 11th date we talked about tonight, but I know those are 2 dates I've already shared, the 8th and 18th, with my community in the past. But I'm going to jump back to the chat, you guys. See what we're talking about. See what else you guys have to say. I think we're done with the crypto talk for tonight. It's pretty much just a hangout, relax, chill session now. I'm about to get off here, take care of my son, give him something to eat before I have to get me maybe like an hour or two of sleep before I got to go back to work. So yeah, but I do appreciate y'all coming out and joining us tonight in this 2 hour and 4 minute just jam-packed session in class tonight, where we just talked a lot about crypto, Bitcoin, etc. A lot of charts, a lot of ideas, hypotheticals, things like that. No financial advice. I'm just sharing my journey. Coach, do you see a 250K Bitcoin next year? Absolutely fucking not. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm more conservative in my approach. The highest I've got it going to is upwards of 223 to 224. If we break the 200K mark, I'm more keen on the 157 to 174, maybe $181,000 for this cycle high. But yeah, my Sagittarius earliest break into 100K is 103 to 144,000. And then I have lower ranges of course, I'm Master Chief 117, Bitcoin equals 117 in numerology. So the 117 is strictly based off levels, time of the year, numerology, gematria, astrology for me, depending on what time of the year next year we're talking about. We're talking about March, cherry blossom season. That's when I'm thinking we're at 128 to 144 if we haven't already gotten there already as early as this month now, December. You see, so like to me it's about time in the market, not time in the market. So yeah, not 250. It would be nice though. I would love to see it. It's only going to be better for my holdings. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but no, I don't personally see a 250K Bitcoin this year. Good night, my friend. Good night, my friends, pioneers, co-werewolves, divergence, and glitches. All the awakened souls out there. Let's go. How we doing? But all right, you guys. It's been real. It's been fun. But until the pen writes again, my friends, Coach Abe is signing out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, share it with somebody. Get them on our level, because they can get on our level. They will need a space shuttle, or a ladder that's forever to get up on our level. I'm telling you, for real. They not like us, and they know that. Okay? Jacob B83 said, "Thanks, brother." No, thank you, my friend. Thank you. You're the real superstar, the real celebrity, and I need you to know that. Be great. Be you. Be the greatest version of yourself. So, all right, my friends, Coach Abe signing out once again. Take care. God bless. And I will see you in the next one. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress. Build your legacies. Let's go.